Okay, we're going to start our in-cab for the manual transmission. So I'm going to start with the seatbelt. The seatbelt's going to be properly mounted and secured, not ripped or torn. Latches and unlatches. So let's latch it, unlatch it, and we'll leave it latched the remainder of the test. Next, we'll go into our safe start. First, we want to make sure that both of our parking brake and trailer brakes are set. The vehicle is in neutral. Splitters down. Now, real quick, it's important that we keep one hand on the steering wheel now for the remainder of this test, okay? One hand on the steering wheel. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the key on to accessory. I'm looking for the ABS light to go on and come off, which it did, which indicates the ABS system is working. Next, I'm going to check my DEF gauge, which is showing half, so we're good there. Foot goes on the clutch, and we'll go ahead and start the vehicle. All right, next we go into our governor check. Normal operating pressure is, air pressure is between 120 to 140 psi. Governor kicks in below 100, kicks out between 120 to 140 psi. And the safety relief valve opens at approximately 150 psi. So right now I'm just going to go ahead and assist the vehicle up to about 10 RPM. Wait for the governor to kick out, we'll hear the truck sneeze. It's almost there. There it goes. My governor just kicked out and we're at about 130 psi. Next, we're going to start our tug test. First test I'm going to do is my tractor spring brake tug test. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead, push the clutch, put the vehicle in low gear. I'm going to release my trailer spring brake, and we're just going to go ahead, lift the clutch to the friction point, and there's our tug. Clutch back down right away, secure the vehicle. This test was successful because our tractor spring brake held the vehicle in place. Next is going to be our trailer spring brake test. Clutch down, vehicle low, release our tractor, clutch up to the friction point, wait for the tug. There it is, clutch down, secure the vehicle. This test was successful because our trailer spring brakes held the vehicle in place. Next, we're going to do our combination service brake test. For this test, we're going to roll the truck ahead 10 to 15 feet. We'll step on the service brake, and we'll make sure the truck stops in a straight line. And we got to hold the wheel loosely for this one. So, I have enough air. We go ahead, clutch down, vehicle low. The right foot covers the brake, releasing both our tractor trailer spring brakes loosely. Okay, we're just going to hold the wheel loosely, and we're going to move up 10 to 15 feet. And we're going to go ahead, clutch and brake, and secure the vehicle. This test was successful because our combination service brake stopped the vehicle in a straight line. The reason I held my hands loosely on the wheel was to see if the truck pulled to the left or right. If it did, it would indicate one of a few different things. We were on uneven ground, lower flat tire, brakes were out of adjustment, damage to my suspension, or the load could have shifted. Next, we're going to go ahead and test our trailer brake or our Johnson bar. It's the same procedure, except for instead of stepping on the brake, we just pull the trailer brake in. So here we go. I have enough air. I'm good. Clutch down, vehicle in low gear. Foot covers the brake. Releasing both tractor trailer spring brakes. Loosely on the wheel. Roll ahead 10-15 feet. Clutch. Service trailer brake. Good. Foot on the brake now. We can release this and secure the vehicle. That test was successful because the trailer brake stopped the vehicle in a straight line. The reason I held my hands loosely on the wheel to test that was to see if the vehicle pulled left or right. Same thing. It did. Uneven ground, low flat tire, brakes out of adjustment, damage to suspension, the load could have shifted. Okay, next is going to be our applied pressure test setup. For this, we need to build full air, so I'm going to go ahead and assist the vehicle here. I'm going to just go ahead and take it up to 10 RPM. We'll wait for the truck to sneeze, and then we'll go ahead and get set up here. Okay, there we go. Governor kicked out. Very good. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead, push my foot on the clutch, put it in low gear, and I'm going to go ahead and shut the truck off. One click of the key. Foot comes right off the clutch when we shut it off, and I turn the key back to the accessory position, let the gauges sweep, And then we're going to go ahead and release both our tractor and trailer spring brakes. We're going to wait for our air gauges to settle. Come on in on the gauges for me real quick. Let's watch the gauges settle here. We'll know when they've stabilized because the gauges will stop moving and we'll stop hearing a hiss. Okay, our gauges are stabilized. That completes our applied pressure setup. Next is going to be our applied pressure test. For this test, this is going to be a 60-second test. I should not lose more than 4 psi in 1 minute in this combination vehicle. I should not lose more than 3 psi in a single vehicle. So after my initial air loss, I'm going to go ahead and step on the combination service brake. After my initial air loss, I'll start counting to 60. So watch the gauges here. I'm going to press on the brake. Watch the initial air loss. Here we go. There's the initial loss. The gauges have stopped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 58, 59, 60. Okay. This test was successful. Now the bottom gauge did move, okay? So this test was successful because we did not lose more than 4 psi in this combination vehicle. It did move and it's just on the verge, okay? Next, after this, and if you did lose more than 4 psi, make sure that you stop the test and you tell the examiner, hey, I lost more than 4 psi. So where my needle's at now, we're just on the verge. So next is going to be our low air warning light and buzzer. Okay, so for this test, we're going to fan the brakes down. Our low air warning light and buzzer should come on at or above 55 psi. So here we go. We'll start pumping the brakes slowly. Pump, release, pause. 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 There it went. Okay, low air warning light and buzzer came on. This test was successful. It came on at or above 55. It came on probably about 60. All right, next is going to be our tractor and trailer spring brake pop-out test. Now for this test, we're going to fan the brakes, and we need to keep an eye on these knobs right here, okay? You got to watch both of them, okay? So for this test, my trailer spring brake should pop out between 45 and 20, and my tractor brake should pop out between 40 and 20, all right? So we're not watching the gauges here at all. We're worried all about the knobs. So we start to fan the brakes. Here we go. Press. Watch the knobs only, not the air gauges. We start to fan. Watch for the pop out now. Watch. Sometimes they don't both pop out at the same time. Yeah. The red one popped, the yellow one did not, so I need to keep pumping the brake. All right? They should both pop out. I'm still pumping. It did not pop. There, good. It just popped. All right. Now we check our gauges. We should be between 40 and 20 for a successful test. So this test was successful because both my tractor and trailer spring brakes popped out in the proper range. I'm at approximately 20 psi. Okay. So once that's completed, we restart the vehicle. We already know those pops, so we'll go ahead. Let's put it neutral. Keep the foot on the clutch. Restart the vehicle, and now we'll start the rest of the test. Okay, so next are my lights. My lights. The first click turns on all of my lights except for the headlights. Second click turns on my headlights. My left signal is working. My right signal is working. My high beams are working as indicated by the blue icon on the dashboard, and my hazards are working. All of my lights are working. My fire extinguisher is properly mounted and secured in its bracket. It has an up-to-date safety sticker. fully charged, minimum 10 BC, and the safety pin is in place. I have 3 red reflective triangles in their holder. They're not cracked or damaged. They can stand on their own. And I have a spare fuse for each circuit in this truck unless the truck is circuit breaker equipped. My windshield is properly mounted and secured, not cracked or broken. If there is a crack, it can be no longer than 1 inch and cannot impede the driver's view. I should have an up-to-date safety sticker. I should have no illegal stickers. Okay, my rubber strip or seal around the windshield is properly mounted, secured, not cracked or dry rotted, and it's not leaking. My windshield wipers are properly mounted and secured, not cracked or broken. The blades are soft and pliable, tight against the windshield, and they clean. And of course, make sure you spray the fluid so you see that they clean, okay? My mirrors or traffic monitoring devices, but mirrors, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mirrors are all properly mounted and secured, not cracked or broken. They're clean, they're adjusted to the driver. This vehicle does not have any electronic traffic monitoring devices such as cameras. My horn, or my heater and defroster. So I'm going to turn the fan to high, temperature to hot. We check all 3 positions. We check the face, feel the air, it's working. We go to floor, come on down here. Floor is working, and we go to defrost. Give it a second here. It'll start blowing out there, and the defrost is working. All my vents are working. We turn them off. Okay. Next, I have my city horn, and I have my highway horn or my air horn. Both of my horns are working. Okay, that completes the in-cab. What I'm going to go ahead and do now is just go ahead, turn the vehicle off, take the key out, and that's it for the in-cab.